Hello and welcome to Roy's Retro Reviews, the review show where I review older games when I have time. And that lately hasn't been much. Anyway, this week's episode is for Jam and Earl 2, Panic on Funktron for the Sega Genesis. While I was debating if I should do the second or first game this year, I decided to do the second game just because I'll explain more, I guess, when I start going. But basically, I had more time with the second game than the first game, and to be honest, I do prefer the second over the first. I'm in that one weird minority. But having said that, let's get in. So, like most of my retro reviews, I will go over my past with the game and then my current playthrough. So, as many of my listeners know, I was a Genesis kid. I never had an NES or a Super NES. I wanted one, but I never got one because of money. Having said that, Jam and Earl is one of my favorite franchises growing up. It was one of the many games that I rented over and over again and never bought for some stupid reason, other than the fact that the prices back then were weird for gaming. But I do remember playing the second game a lot more than the first, mostly because my dad played it a lot with me. We were both into more of the side-scrolling platformer versus the treasure hunting of the first one, so I just had a lot more time with the second game. That and I was just better at it. I always loved Jam and Earl, mostly just because of the character design, the music, and kind of just how the world looks. It was very different from what I had been playing at the time, and it's a very 90s game, and it, I guess, resonated me with my, how old was I when it came out? Can't see. It came out back in 2000. Oh no, that's the release. 93. So I would have been probably about. Let's see. I would have been 4, maybe 5. The first time I played Jam and Earl on Funktron. Anyway, me and my dad would play this game forever. We never beat the game, but it was a lot of fun. And I just remember playing co-op with him, and I think that's why this game stands out more so than I think the first game. Is we just had a blast trying to capture all the stupid humans who have invaded Funktron after the events of the first game, having accidentally brought them back. And it was just a lot of fun, and I enjoyed the game very much. And like I said, my dad would play this game every time I would rent it. It would be usually if there wasn't a new game I wanted to play. This is usually one of the games that every Friday my dad would take me to Hollywood Video or Blockbuster or whatever video rental place. I think at this point it was a place called The Warehouse that we rented a lot of our stuff from. But anyway, this was always one of the go-to games. Between this and a couple others, I just loved playing this game, and I think it's just because me and my dad would play it, and we'd swap characters and try to not die, and it was just a silly game that we both enjoyed. Playing Jam and Earl 2 now is a little bit different, mostly because I'm playing solo player and my dad's not playing with me. The game, I think, is a good platform, or is not a. Excuse me, let me rephrase it. Is not a good platformer. The mechanics for platforming just aren't the greatest with the way the character moves, as well as some of the jumping things just don't work as well. Swimming mechanics are kind of weird, and seems just kind of there. However, capturing humans is fun. However, it is very repetitive, and the problem I think I have with Jam and Earl 2 mostly is there's not a whole lot of different humans to fight. Once you get really to level 3, you've kind of seen them all, and it's really just the same thing. You hunt them down, follow the arrow, throw jars, find next one, versus that kind of treasure hunting of the first one. Where it's a little bit more fun to find them, whereas this one you just follow the arrows and eventually you find them and catch them all, send them back, and it's just very, very repetitive. The side or the kind of mini game in there where you open a door and you go into the ultra funk zone is kind of a lame thing, mostly because it's the same. So it's partly you just have to memorize everything, but it doesn't really accomplish anything other than giving you more points, which in the end are not really that important, other than I guess there are the what's it called, you get the items for Lamont the Funktopodimus, which will give you the best ending if you complete 10 of them. But on the whole, it's just I still enjoy playing it, but it's just very repetitive. The level designs I think are too similar. It's mostly the platforming is not even really that big of a part. It's more or less just to find the hidden areas and fun things. versus having an actual purpose, such as, you don't land on this platform, you're going to die, or, some type of challenge. And I think that's what this game also lacks, is challenge. It's not a hard game. Although, like I said in the previous part, while we never did beat it, playing it now, there's just no challenge to it. It's more or less just, shake tree, use radar, find person, go to next person, go to next area. And while the level designs are, the artwork is really good, and I like the character design and all that, it's just everything just seems so familiar as you play more and more. It's just not a whole lot going on. Jam and Earl 2 is one of those games that, I think is a radical departure from the first game, and after this one, the third game came out, and it was terrible. However, there's the Kickstarter that is, relaunching Jam and Earl. It'll be interesting to see if they go the way of the first game, which is kind of what I'm hoping, or if they're going to go back to another side-scroller. So with that, I'm going to go into the review or score. So at Roy's Rich Review, I don't use a traditional point scale, or do I use my buy rent pass system. Instead, I use what's called the nostalgia factor thingy. This is based off of my current playthrough versus memories, and based on that, there's 4 ratings. Classic, which this game's good. It's still fun. It's a game I think everybody should go play, no matter how old you are. I think they're just kind of classic. Fond memories are games that I like. They're fun. They have some enjoyment for me, but that's mostly because of my childhood memories and my nostalgia for the game. On the whole, it didn't hold up well, or it's just kind of not as fun today. And there's a lot of flaws with it going on, but I still have fun because of my memories. Why didn't I like this game is the complete opposite. I didn't like it growing up for some reason. I played through now. I love it. I think it's a great game. Not a whole lot of these, but there are a few that I'll probably be doing at some point. But they're fun games, and I think they're good. But I just didn't see that as a kid growing up. It just, I guess, it went over my head. And terribles are games that you should avoid at all costs. These games should be burned. It's like E.T. Just dump it in a landfill and pray nobody finds it, although they did. So with that said, Jam and Earl 2, Panic on Funktron gets the Fond Memories rating. I do like playing this game, but it has a lot of flaws, and it's just very generic and boring after a while. So yeah, that's it. Next retro review will hopefully go up in 2 weeks, or next week actually, because I don't have another game to review, so I'm having a little time before Batman Arkham Knight and Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Word come out. So thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, Twitter. Go to our Patreon page to support us if you can. Dollars, all that matters. Also going on this month is a giveaway. At the end of the month, I'm going to be tallying up posts on our website. If you make a post and comment on an article of some day, that is one entry. And that'll go through the entire month. If you also donate to the Patreon, you get some bonus entries, although not a whole lot because I don't want it to be unfair, but I do want to give an advantage to people who do donate some money. So that's it. So until next time, always remember to trust in the rule of 3.